What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back again for some more Heroes of the Storm, or HOTS as everybody keeps calling it apparently. So there's a couple things we gotta talk about in today's video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you, because I'm honestly surprised that so many of you have been into this series as I'm just kind of randomly playing it, and of course just playing it with bots, because honestly I don't really care about playing it with people. I'm gonna elaborate more on that today and why I've made that decision. But I did want to show you this, because if you're a new player, because there's been so many new people playing this game, did you know that you can actually go to the shop, go to the heroes, and you can set up the price or release date, ascending or descending price. But more importantly, you can click on any character in the game and you can try them out on a special demo level where you can turn on the enemy, turn them off, turn on minions, test out your structural damage, test out all your builds and max out your level and stuff like that. Very, very useful, especially if you're having trouble deciding on which character you want to go for, because I know how difficult it can be. Because if you look at the character roster that we've got right now, I've already got all the characters I wanted. I wanted Leoric, I got him, I got Tyrael, and he's beautiful. And then I wanted Diablo, and that was pretty much it. The only other characters that I wanted to try and wasn't sure if I wanted was Zol, the Necromancer from Diablo 3, or, well, not Diablo 3, from Diablo 2, coming to Diablo 3, so pumped for that. But I tried him out. He's very, very powerful and very, very cool, but not cool enough for me to drop 10k gold on. And then there was also the tank chick here, who is very awesome that they actually have a character like this that operates so similarly to the siege tanks in Starcraft. But for my own personal playstyle, very, very boring, because you're pretty much just camping and slowly advancing or pulling your position back. I also just got this guy for fun. And then the other character I was looking at was Zeratul right here, which he's a very cool character to say the least, but he wasn't cool enough for me to end up spending the money on. He's not in rotation, but I tried him out. And then I tried out Artanis, which is who we're going to be playing with today, because I actually might like his playstyle a little bit more than Leoric. Leoric is beautiful because he's a huge heavy-hitting bruiser, but this guy's more of a fast-hitting warrior, you know? So we're going to play on recruit difficulty instead of beginner, just because why not, and get into the game. Oh, perfect. We ended up getting on my favorite map, or at least one of them. The way that this one works is there's just going to be these nukes or warheads around the map that we're going to have to pick up, and then we can use them on our enemies. Now, the fact that we're playing this solo means that we might have a little bit of difficulty because we're not playing with human players on our side. But the fact of the matter is, folks, like I said, I wanted to elaborate on that because I know that that can be a little bit confusing for some people that want to play a competitive game like this competitively. Personally speaking, a very, very long time ago, I'm talking about a really long time ago, years ago, back when Halo was at its hype and MLG was not a joke, I actually did play Halo competitively for a very brief period in my life, and honestly speaking, it's too stressful for me, man. You know, that's the biggest reason why I don't play against other players and stuff, because it's too stressful. You gotta be on your toes all the time. You gotta be hitting it hard and just going to, you know, you gotta think. And that doesn't really end up working so well, especially because of commentating. Not to mention just because I just enjoy this game because I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the world, and I also enjoy winning. Call me crazy, but that's the biggest reason that I like playing this game, and that's also why I like playing against bots, understandably. So that, in a nutshell, is pretty much why I do it, folks, and why I'm not actually playing against other players, just because of that. So that's why the series is gonna stay like that for as long as I still find it entertaining, and then we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, we might end up playing against other people in the future. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying that I have no plans to do it. And another big reason that you're gonna notice in today's episode is that this episode's probably a lot longer than our usual episodes, and that is also the big disadvantage. Okay, I selected the tower, but whatever. That's going to be the other big disadvantage to playing against harder opponents, is that, like, especially if you play against people, we're looking at like 45 minutes I do not have that much time to spare for this game. Even this episode is probably going to be somewhere around like the 20-minute mark, if not more than that, especially because we're alone here. But that's the thing, is as opposed to fighting beginner bots, you usually get the rounds at what, like 5 minutes or something? So anyways, I should explain our abilities. This one has us dash forward and pull back, doing damage, more damage on the return. This one has us dash at an enemy, do a 2-strike attack, just our basic attack, but ends up having it a little bit stronger. Or does it have a stronger attack immediately? Okay, so it just brings us closer to the enemy right away. And then you saw the prism, the phase prism here. That thing's pretty crazy. That's actually a skill shot, which I'm not particularly good with. I will openly admit that. But it's very beautiful nonetheless. Here's our nuke, by the way. Nukes away! Yeah! Oh, I love that. I'm gonna go and get the other one. But yeah, this phase prism, I'm not particularly good with it. It's a skill shot. It warps our position with the enemy and vice versa, which can be really, really good for... Okay, you got the warhead. Okay, you crazy person. It can be really, really good for chasing down opponents, putting them into a position that's really inconvenient for them, or putting us in a position that we want to be. So you can see, like right here, I'm going to pull our character out so that we can do some extra damage and get the nuke kill right there. That was a very nice combo, if I do say so. And that's why I'm actually really liking Artanis, like even more so than Leoric. I think he might actually be one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite, just because slows enemies, that's not bad, but I like the dash attack just because of the fact that we get to, like, combos are a very big thing with this character, as opposed to Leoric, where he's very slow-paced, very powerful, and the fact that he's pretty much invincible and can never die is also very, very important with Leoric. He's fantastic for fighting minions as well, a little bit more so than Artanis, I would say, except for his defensive capabilities, because our passive ability, which is on a 20-second cooldown, that gets reduced based on the amount of damage that we end up doing, or just based on our attacks, I mean. Okay, let's just get a nice combo here. Didn't do exactly what I wanted. Plus that sniper chick is going to cause quite a bit of damage to us. But it's going to give us a shield that absorbs damage when we get to 50% health. You can see the white health that we have right now is actually our shield health. And it really, really keeps him alive. He's actually a fantastic character for going for the mercenary camps for sure. Near as I can tell. Also the range... As you can see, a nice little ballet. The range on our prism, our phase prism, is actually a little bit further than the game indicators. I've noticed that, because you can actually get just right up at the ledge there is going to tag the enemy and get them. Oh my goodness, looks like they got the camp as well. Well, you know what? These bots are pretty good for usually following orders, so let's see if we can get these guys right here. And the bot is very, very nice also for keeping their distance. Now, another thing we gotta be very careful of with Artanis is if we do our ballet dance of death, it is going to move us out of position. Like the distance that we actually travel with this blade dash can actually take us outside of the range of the mercenary camp, meaning that it's going to refresh the mercenary's health. So I don't like using it in the mercenary camps, because more often than not that'll happen, and then the game tries to consider that as a little bit of cheating, and thus the mercenaries end up fully healing. So his ultimates, I don't really like them so much. They're not very offensive, which is fine, because, you know, he's a warrior character. He's supposed to be more tanky rather than doing damage like an assassin character. But I usually just go with this one because of the AoE around it. And at least against fighting bots, the other prism is, or the other ultimate ability is not particularly good. Whoopsie daisy, I should have gotten that tower in range, but that's okay. So let's actually do this right here. Do a nice little dash attack, and then can we get the prism? No, we can't. He got too far away. Ah, man. I thought we would have been able to do that. That would have been nice. Look at those mercenaries hanging out up here and doing just fine. Like, seriously, what is with you? What is with you? And I want Ragnaros, man. He is beautiful. If you haven't seen the footage of that guy, he is amazing. He's like the raid boss from World of Warcraft. and he's a big fiery lava dude, and I love fire. Sorry we didn't get to see that nuke highlighted there, folks, but I gotta get up here and I gotta help our friends. Let's do a nice little skill shot here and finish him off with a nice little blade dance. Is that what it's called? No, it's called blade dash. I like calling it blade dance though, because it's kind of like, you know, he dances around like a ballerina, which I mean that in the most positive way possible. It's deadly. It's like a dance combat, you know? Let's just use our ultimate on these freaks. What it actually does, the ultimate, is it is supposed to blind the opponent, which I'm guessing is good against human players, not so much against bots, honestly speaking, because they just kind of cheat through it anyways and act like they're blind rather than actually going blind, you know what I mean? So let's see if we can get down here to this nuke. These guys are really doing a good job, these bots, of taking these mercenary camps. I do like playing with the recruit bots like we're doing right now, but like I said, it's mostly about the convenience. Why is it taking us so long to get here? Jeez Louise. Oh, this looks like somebody died. Yeah, I think somebody got killed here, and that's what's the case. Okay, so I want you... you know what? I can just solo it, whatever. Let's just do this, clear these bad guys out of the way, so that we can get them to kind of counter down here, because otherwise they're going to break through our gate. I might keep them on the recruit difficulty, though. Let me know what you all think in the comments below, by the way, folks. You know what? I'm selfish. I'm selfish. I want the boss. I want the boss. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. You know what? I'm going to waste the nuke on him as well, because that's actually going to help us out quite a ton. A megaton. Oh, yeah. Die, you freak. Also, try to spread out your heroes. That's what I've noticed when you're fighting special enemies. Banelings, no! No! The Banelings! Get wrecked, monster. Yes. Now he's on our side. But yeah, you gotta try and spread out when you're fighting tougher and tougher opponents, because you don't want... Oh, it's a barbarian from Diablo. You don't want the enemy to end up kind of shooting all of you at once. Yeah, get wrecked. Kill the ghost, please, somebody. Yeah, there you go. What do we want? Triple blade attack 3 times with our blade instead of twice. Yes, I definitely want that. I'm also gonna go for this nuke, and I'm gonna try and get this other bot up here to go for the other one. Hopefully they're gonna be smart enough to actually do it. But yeah, spread your heroes out when you're fighting like tougher opponents, because the splash damage of the bosses, I just find, generally speaking, is gonna cause you a lot of grief. Somebody please go for that one. Thank you very much. Let's also get on our mount, and if she doesn't go for it, we're gonna go and push and grab it ourselves, I guess. Are you gonna grab it, you crazy lady? You gonna grab it? No, you're just gonna gallop away. All right, whatever. Well, you know what? Let's just use a nice nuke here that's gonna help our characters out. And must I do everything myself? Yes, most definitely. The other big reason that I really, really like Artanis, by the way, folks, is because... Wow! I forgot that our character's dumb like that. You know what? I'm confident. I'm confident. Let's do it. Come on, come on. Yeah! Look how good this guy is. Oh man, he's got such high damage. But I love Artanis because if you haven't already seen it, everybody, the Starcraft expansions ended up having, like, I think it was the Legacy of the Void. This character stole the nuke and is running away. Okay, whatever. But there's cutscenes in that expansion that are equivalent to more damage versus heroes. Yes, please. It's a movie. It's a Starcraft movie, and Artanis was actually my favorite character in the movie. That's the big reason why I'm so stoked on this character. Leoric I love, but more so I loved him in Diablo 3. Not so much in the other Diablos, like he wasn't really as cool. Actually, was he even in Diablo 2? I don't know if he was. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background, by the way. Sounds like a garbage truck came by. But yeah, either way, I love this character. I really, really do. So what I'm doing right now, this is kind of what I like doing when we're fighting the enemies, is even though they're actually about to win the game, rip me, I was going to say, I like taking out all the gates so that it keeps everybody distracted, and then more and more of our units can pour in, but I forgot that ARC bots are a little bit more competent as well as us. Rip me, and we didn't even get MVP. Oh, because he got top healer. Well, anyways, that was still shorter than I expected, so maybe that's a pretty good length. Let me know what you all think in the comments below, though, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.